It's time for grassroots racers and fans to gather round. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show. Thanks for joining us for our landmark 40th season. We are your destination for news and interviews within the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, and from the world of motorsports. The Racing Roundup Show is America's longest-running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey gang, how you doing on this Tuesday night, May 14th? Glad to have you with us here on the Racing Roundup Show. We're live at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield, right across from the Milwaukee Mile in West Dallas. We encourage you to join us and watch our Tuesday shows on Facebook Live, and our shows on Tuesdays are live on demand on our website, racingroundupshow.com. Again, Saturday shows are 30 minutes of our Tuesday programs. It airs every Saturday at CW18 in Milwaukee. CW18 in Milwaukee at 11:30 a.m. on Saturdays. Looking forward to seeing the show with you, making sure that people know about it, and hopefully get a lot more people to the racetrack because we're getting some more exposure for our favorite kind of racing, all things racing. We encourage you to support our sponsors, including Road America with discount pricing only now through May 29th. HRP, Hefner Racing Products, American Foundation Specialists, Making the Cut Tree and Asphalt Paving Services, and Oak Creek Automotive are just some of our great sponsors we have supporting our programs throughout the year. So please support those businesses as well. Tonight we have bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprints rookie racer Logan Julian, who's here tonight. Thank you, Logan, for bringing down the crew and the gang. We're looking forward to talking to him. Tim and Brad Keith have a big weekend planned. Tim's not only going to be sponsoring the races on Sunday, it's the 7th annual Keith's Marina Race Against Cancer at Slinger Speedway. It's this Sunday, May 19th. It also is another chance for Brad Keith to kick some butt and win some racing. And there's only 8 chances this year in a super late at Slinger Super Speedway. So we'll talk to Brad and his dad, Tim, about this special race, 7th annual Keith's Marina Race Against Cancer. This Sunday, all the races are sponsored by Keith's Marina. There's a great opportunity as well to bid on some great auction items as well, benefiting Chicks for a Cause. This week, Bill Holland goes in the groove for a couple of great short tracks, including victories by 2 Kawiki Driver Velvet drivers in the same weekend, different racetracks. American Super Cups veteran racer Mike Rose is here with his race car. Thank you, Mike, for bringing it down. Your dad and mom are here, too. Thank you for being part of the program. We'll talk to Mike about his exciting season where he's racing this year. Also, Dean Strom is standing by to deliver the Bonafide Security Solutions short track report. We'll have Dell's Raceway Park tickets to give away. We have full-service car washes to give away and other prizes to give away after the show for those who are here with us at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. You still have time to join the racing crowd, so come on down and join us. Or sit right where you are, relax, enjoy it, and we'll be right back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Add value and beauty to your home or commercial property with professional landscaping from Central Services Company, Incorporated. The team at Central Services is their personal choice of over 45 years of satisfied customers in Southeast Wisconsin for landscape design, construction, and grounds maintenance. Call Central Services at 262-548-0005 for all your landscaping and lawn care needs. No job is too large or too small. From lawn fertilization and weed control to award-winning landscape construction and building your backyard patio oasis, Central Services is your full-service landscape company. Call the experts at Central Services at 262-548-0005 for a free, no-obligation consultation at your home or business. Find out why Central Services can provide you with the visual difference in the art of landscaping and lawn care. Call 262-548-0005. Central Services, the visual difference in landscaping.
For your next purge or project, go with the pros. Source Services. Champion driver and Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Famer Dan Source founded Source Services in 1988 with 1 truck, 1 employee, and a tireless work ethic. Through the dedicated work of Dan and his employees, Source Services LLC is Southeastern Wisconsin's leading waste container rental company. Dropped and picked up by professionals, you can rent a dumpster for up to 60 days. Source Services sorts and recycles to reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. Go with the pros at sourceservices.com.
Wolter Inc. is hiring. Wolter is on a mission to move, store, and power the world more efficiently. Wolter is a rapidly growing forklift distributor and is currently seeking skilled technicians to repair forklifts, industrial batteries, generators, and beyond. Apply today at wolterinc.com/careers. Wolter is looking for mechanically inclined individuals to join the racers that work there. Become a part of a team that is connected like family and committed to making an impact. Discover open technician positions and more at walterinc.com/careers.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
And now to Cruise Alaska with Making Memories Travel next September. Enjoy an unforgettable 7-day Alaskan cruise from Vancouver on the Norwegian Jade. Juneau and Hubbard Glacier are just 2 of the cities that await you. Hike up snow-capped mountains and witness majestic whales splash in the Pacific. Then come back on board to catch an amazing show, followed by a starlit stroll on the top deck. Breathtaking views, all the amenities, all the memories. Cruise Alaska. Contact Mark at Making Memories Travel today.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows, too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Hey, welcome back to the program. I'm Jim Trado. I've not been around for all 40 years of the show. I'm not that old. Only been around for 38 of them. Having a lot of fun with you guys. Couldn't do it without a great crew. Thank you to Dave Schmalzer for all he's done over the years, as well as Matt Rapina. Greg Lapine, his wife Jill, helps us out as well. Faye Hendricks takes a bunch of pictures. My son Sam helps a ton. Thank you to Dean Stroud for his contributions, Sherry Prague, Bruce Blodgett, Mark Goodman, and it's been a lot of fun. Been a lot of fun over the years. And we look forward to seeing you here on a Tuesday. As Dean Strom said, the Open, it's our 40th season, landmark 40th season. It's a big deal. Looking forward to seeing you here on a Tuesday night. Next Tuesday, we're on the road. Our first road show will be this coming Tuesday. D'Angelo's Construction sponsoring our trip down to Great Lakes Dragway in Union Grove. This coming Tuesday, May 21st, we'll have the entire show there. We're talking drag racing. They have a big week leading into the Memorial Day weekend, so we're going to be down there for our entire program this coming Tuesday. So join the racing crowd there for our first D'Angelo's Construction road show of 2024 on a Tuesday night. We already had one of those. Remember that in Waukegan? That was a lot of fun, too. Hey, we were hoping to have Mike Grunberg on tonight with us at Pauley's, but he races his late model Jefferson Speedway and owns Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells, but we have to reschedule Mike. So if you're here to see Mike or want to see Mike on the program, we'll have him on soon, but it won't be this evening due to various circumstances. So we're looking forward to seeing Mike on our show and support his business, please. Hey, this portion of the show is brought to you by BMRE Electric Carts in Random Lake. Icon e-bikes go 25 miles per hour. You can go 25 miles between stops to charge them up. And now selling BMRE electric scooters. You can actually get one at auction. We'll tell you more about that. Keith Marina has got an auction going on online. You can actually bid on an Icon electric scooter. But BMRE is your location and destination for electric scooters that you want to buy. Brad Miller is Wisconsin's only Icon electric cart dealer and has in-stock inventory. These golf carts are amazing. In-stock inventory, customizing options. Where do you want your cup holder? They got it all figured out. Available right now on his Facebook page, BMRE Electric Carts Company. We also remind you, Victory Fuel tastes great. Got a couple of cans here on the desk. 6-time Chili Bowl Midget Nationals driver and owner Kevin Swindell came up with it. It's good. It's great. It's Victory Fuel. It's a drink fueled by electrolytes and charged with vitamins that are naturally sweetened and kid-friendly because there's no caffeine or carbonation. When buying online to get it shipped to your door, they have a Mother's Day special going on right now. Use this money-saving code to save 10%. Log on to drinkvictory.com and type in SHOW, that's S-H-O-W, at checkout to save 10%. And you get it shipped right to your door if you're not at the Hy-Vee stores in Madison or Green Bay to pick it up in person. Hey, it's time for the Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR report. Interstate batteries are outrageously dependable and are number one when it comes to replacement batteries in North America. Interstate Batteries is a founding sponsor, Joe Gibbs Racing. Visit interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. If you're watching on Friday night, you saw this happen. A late race caution foiled Neenah, Wisconsin's Ty Majeski's bid to win Friday night's truck race at Darlington. He took the lead with 27 laps to go, got inside of Christian Eckes, made a good move, fought off the old block, and was on his way to victory. That is until a caution came out. In the restart zone, Majeski fired on the outside. Ross Chastain, the Cup driver, fired on the inside, and Ross got a good run, and the outside got all kerfuffled. They were all over the place. He got tagged into the outside wall by the entrance to turn 1, and Majeski had to fight from there. He was on the outside groove, and they all got jammed up, and Chastain went away to win, and Ty rallied for 5th. It killed the momentum after hitting the wall with the right rear. Last week's show guest, Tyler Ankram's number 18 truck was awarded the coolest throwback scheme by fan vote. It was throwback weekend at Darlington. He had the number 18 of Russ Wheeler's number 18 Hardy's car from the movie Days of Thunder paint job. That looked pretty cool. Unfortunately, the truck was cooler than the finish. He had in-race damage and knocked him back to 26th at the finish. Darlington on Sunday saw the return of Brett Keselowski to victory lane. It's the first time as a team owner, 100-some plus starts between his wins. First time as an RFK owner. His teammate, Chris Buescher, and 2311's Tyler Reddick were the other two factors in the race. They were a 3-horse show for sure. Brad got the checkered flag, and Reddick got 2 hand shoves in the chest after the race by Buescher, who was flat out frustrated at Reddick's driving, and because the crucial run that Reddick admitted fault after cost Buescher the race as Reddick came across the nose and got them both in the wall and got a little squirrely, and Buescher got in the wall enough to knock down the right front tire eventually, costing him the race. Ty Gibbs finished the career best second. Josh Berry, the rookie, third. Then came Denny Hamlin and Chase Briscoe, former guest here on the show. Riverton, Illinois' Justin Allgaier won his 3rd Spring Xfinity Series race at Darlington on Saturday in dominating fashion. Franklin, Wisconsin's Sam Mayer, who is Justin Allgaier's teammate at Junior Motorsports, finished 4th. It was a 19th place effort for Carson Quapple in his 3rd Xfinity Series start and first one outside the top 5 in a finish. Josh Bilicki of Menominee Falls had a decent last portion of the race to run up to 22nd. Rhinelander's Parker Retzlaff finished 3rd car, well knocked down in 31st. Yesterday, NASCAR announced an in-season tournament in the Cup Series for the 10-race summer stretch next year. Get this. The 10 races between the Fox portion of the TV schedule and NBC portion, 5 will be on Amazon Prime, 5 will be on TNT. The last 3 of Amazon's races will now have this point system. The top 32 drivers in those five TNT races are now racing drivers head-to-head in a bracket like you'd see for the NCAA tournament. So as those racers go head-to-head, half the field gets eliminated in those 4 races. Whoever's standing after the 5th race as the champion of the bracket, the 5th and final TNT race, that driver wins $1 million. Simple, right? I think I got it figured out. It's not tied to NASCAR points. It's just a way to spice up the middle of the season and give Dale Earnhardt Jr. something to talk about. Hey, Kyle Larson is attempting the Indy 500 Coke 600 double on Sunday, May 26th. Did you hear about this? It happened today. Kyle will have a riding buddy in Jimmy Johnson. 7-time NASCAR Cup champion will be calling the race with NBC. He'll also do 3 Cup races with them. But he's going to call the Indy 500 somehow, some way, because he was in the Indy 500 2 years ago when I was there to watch him. And he's actually going to be in the plane with Kyle or his own transportation because he's racing in the Coke 600 Sunday night. So that's a different kind of double. NBC's pretty excited. Jimmy Johnson's also pretty excited. He'll be calling the race in Indy and racing in Charlotte under the lights in the Coke 600. It all starts this week. It's All-Star Week here at North Wilkesboro Speedway for the NASCAR crowd. Tomorrow night is the Cars Tour race on Flow. Tonight's got washed out. Thursday is moving day for the Trucks and Cups. Set your DVRs for coverage on FS1 for the rest of the weekend. Practice and qualifying is Friday afternoon. Late afternoon, it's a intriguing Cup Series 3-lap pit crew challenge to determine the starting lineup. Saturday just afternoon is the Truck Series race with the return of Green Bay native Richie Waters calling the shots as crew chief for Eric Almirola in a truck by Shiggy Hattori. The Cup Series will have 2 60-lap heat races on Saturday afternoon. Then Sunday, things get rolling. Again, set your DVR, support your local race. And the Sunday Cup Series All-Star Racing begins with the All-Star Open on Sunday afternoon at 4:30 Central Time. IndyCar news. Defending series champ Alex Palou won the IndyCar Series race on Saturday. Will Power, our recent show guest here at Pauley's in advance of the June 6 through 9 IndyCar Series Expel Grand Prix weekend at Road America, finished second and is now 12 points behind Palou in the point standings. Rain shortened day 1 today of the Indy 500 practice with Scott Dixon topping 229 miles per hour atop the pylon. Marco Andretti, seeking his 19th consecutive Indy 500 start, was second at 228.3 miles per hour in day 1 of testing to get up to speed for the Indy 500. A driver someday that might be there, we don't know, because he's really good at what he does so far. Let's bring in our first guest of the Racing Roundup program, and we'll start it now by saying it's pretty exciting to have him on the show in a very big moment as he starts his quest to win in the IRA Bumper to Bumper Outlaw Sprint Series. Here we go. Welcome to the Racing Roundup program. Glad to have you with us here, and I'm excited to have our next guest on the program. He is a young driver, aspiring to win Rookie of the Year in the IRA Outlaw Sprint Series. It's a series that travels across the upper Midwest. It's the 410 Outlaw Sprints, 900 horsepower, whole lot of horsepower, whole lot of fun, and a whole lot of racers to race against. Let's welcome in Logan Julian to the show. Logan, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We've had you on, I think, on every iteration of your racing career. For those who don't know, he lives in Oconomowoc, which is, you can hear the carts that Badger Kart Club races at Millwright Raceway in Dallasman. Is that where you got your start? You got the itch and said, Dad, we got to go racing?
Yep. Yeah, we started kid carts. I feel like I went there almost 3-4 times a week. We just kept putting laps in from kid carts and just keep going up. And it was our local track, so we were there a ton. Won a lot of championships there, track records, and just a ton of cool stuff there.
You and your brother were racing pretty hard at that time. Did you guys ever race against each other when you're racing karts, or were you in different classes and just trying to beat each other with, I got more wins, I got more second place finishes?
Yep. So more times than not, we were in separate classes.
Yeah.
But there's always, those transfer years. Like it's Dylan's last year in something, my first year in this. So those are always fun for us and kind of nerve-wracking for my dad. But, we always had a great time racing each other.
Your dad has a lot to do with what you're doing now. Let's take the next step. What'd you do from karting? What got you interested in the next step, and how long did that take to get a car or cart to your liking and then say, yep, we're ready for the next move?
Yeah, so I think when I was 7 or 8 years old, we got a junior sprint, and I started racing at the small track Beaver Dam Raceway. So just trying to stay in different cars, not really get me used to one thing. So I'm always adapting and changing to different cars. So we went from the go-karts to the junior sprints. Ran that for a few years, ran the Tulsa Shootout with that. Just ran a few more karts, started to go a little bit more national with the karting side. And after that, we got into some Super Cups. Ran that for a year, had a great time doing that. I think almost every single car that I ran always taught me something different. So that was one of the great parts about that. Then after that, we got into micro sprints, 360s, and then 410s, which is where we are now.
I'm going to slow it down for you. When you were running karts, now oval sprint kart racing is one thing, but racing road racing, and now nationally, that's a whole different ball game. How do you guys differentiate that, or how'd you adapt, or how'd you just say, what are we working on today, Dad? Where are we going this weekend?
Yeah, so we had 1 year where we just were like, all right, we're gonna go do go-karts. I think I was running Micro Swift at the time, and we were doing the Winter Series. We were trying to run the SCUSA Pro Series. We were just going to all these big races across the U.S. Arizona, Las Vegas, Florida. We were just absolutely everywhere with that. I think it was really good because obviously it was like the top of the line guys in the U.S. So, and at that young of age, everyone's learning a lot of stuff, and all the GoPro stuff, doing everything with that, just taught us so much for the years after that.
And then you went MSA 360 sprint car racing. It looks like a big old-fashioned sprint car. It's got a little less horsepower, but there's a lot of competition at that level too. How long did you stay in the MSA 360 sprint cars?
Yeah, so I raced it for a whole year, but before that, I think was when we were running the micro sprints. They had a really nice free groomed practice Friday nights, which obviously Tomahawk sadly closed down, but that place was really crucial for us practicing the 360 car, getting my feet wet in that before we ran our Rookie of the Year with MSA. So that was really great. We ran Rookie of the Year for that. We won that and just had a really good time with that. We won a heat race, quick time, and won Rookie of the Year. So that was really, really fun.
All right, Tomahawk Speedway is not in Oconomowoc. It's not next door to Oconomowoc, but as a Friday night practice, Saturday night race program, how far away was that dedicated trip to go racing on a weekend? Yeah,
so the 3 years that we ran there was 3.5 hours, and that was our home track for the micro sprints. So we just kind of took that trip, but running there, obviously Friday night practice, Saturday night race. They had awesome fish fry Friday, so that alone was worth it. But then we wake up Sunday and drive home. So especially the third year, especially practicing the 360, that really helped us.
And a couple of championships to throw in there, maybe a few, like all 3 years, right?
Yeah, we were really competitive in those 3 years there.
So you got the anger going, okay, now where can I put this aggression? Where can I get that 360 racing? What'd you guys bite off the next year?
Yeah, so obviously after the micros, we drove the 360 stuff, and just, man, that was crazy because it was the micro stuff. We ran maybe 14 races, I think, but which was a decent size year, especially because we didn't really run cars like that, bigger cars. So that was, I think, good to get our feet wet. But then the 360 stuff, man, that was like a 24 race series. So it was like, man, this is almost like a full-time job almost. I mean, every single day we were out in the shop. But after that, started to work on this 410 stuff, and we're like, all right, yeah, this is even harder. So
you did the migration there too. It wasn't just an abrupt. It was like, okay, we got a 410, we got Mojo stuff. We're going to work on this, get it right, get some time in the car.
Yep.
And this is a big year for you. Rookie of the Year, full on.
Yeah, we know. We just dove in head first.
Early in the season here, I noticed there's tracks you probably gone to. Like Plymouth is a track you've been to before. I'm guessing Angel Park is a track you've been to before with the MSA 360 sprint cars. But what's the biggest difference for you? What's the biggest chunk that you've got to learn so quickly here in 2024 racing for the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Series Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, so I mean, between the 410s and 360s, obviously they're the same size car, so people would think they drive pretty similar. But the 410s, I mean, they're lighter. The power to weight ratio, it's 960 horsepower motor, and they're 1,400 pounds. So it's a beast for sure. And I mean, the wing speed, like right when you start to turn it, it just darts that way. So just kind of getting comfortable with that. That's a big thing. Confidence, like knowing that I'm going to turn and it's just going to take me there. So I was turning in early at the start of the year because obviously I wasn't fully confident in the car. But I mean, after that, it was just all out. We were just having a great time with it.
Logan, who supports you when you go racing? It's a busy schedule. There's some traveling, but kind of like you're used to it now. But
yeah.
Who's all on board with you this year?
Yeah, so I mean, as the crew goes, it's me and my dad, my brother, my buddy Mason. But I mean, we have a ton of sponsors that help us out. Julie Motorsports, King Racing Products, Hefner Racing Products, Bailing, Circle Track, Factory Cane Shocks. We got an awesome Maxim chassis, some great Jack's Helmets designs. Those helmets are probably one of my favorite designs. I love those guys. But we got Box 3 Media, Rod and Supply. I mean, Oak Creek Automotive, North Star Powder Coating. We got a ton of people. We got a new one actually on board, Victory Fuel. So we just kind of started up with that. We're starting to get our discount cards.
What's your code for that? Got to get it out there.
Julian85. That's our discount code.
Right. Drinkvictory.com. Julian85 is the code to get some money off. Where can we find you on socials?
Yeah, so Facebook, Julian Racing. Instagram is julian.logan. We're starting up a Twitter account, but those are the two main ones.
Logan Julian's here, everybody. Let's give him a big hand. Thank you, Logan, for being part of our show.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. And that'll wrap up the TV portion at 7 minutes and 18 seconds, if that's okay with Matt and Ravina. Write that down, 7:18. The cool thing is we do the show, and we got portions that we do for TV and portions we keep going. But I'm so happy for you and excited for you and this process of what you're doing. There's only one rookie in the top 10 in points right now after 3 features. You made it through the B last week, and you're 9th in points. How excited are you knowing that the competition's there, but you're really kind of like stepping up as you learn so much so quickly?
Yeah, no, it's really fun, man. I love the 410 stuff, but rookie of the year, it's tough this year. We got some really tough rookies like Tyler Rankin. He's been really good. So it seems like almost every night we're thinking we're pulling out on the track. We don't want to count points obviously this early in the year, but we always kind of go out there and we go, all right, we got to beat that guy every single night. That's what we got to do to get the rookie of the year, and then we just try and climb our way up in points and just kind of see where we can go from there.
What has been the challenge for you? I know the spring usually is a heavy racetrack. I say that most often. If you see the show the last 35 years or so and I say, hey, it's early, it's spring, it's wet, have the tracks been as wet as I would think they are for what you're racing?
Yeah, so Beaver Dam actually, since it was so cold, and I mean they said that they watered the track, and when it was opened up, it was raining, and they said it was going to be a good track, but I think by qualifying time it was pretty slick. So we got some good practice in the slick there. They groomed the track for the feature. That was I think a really tough race. We finished 9th in that race, so that was our first top 10, the first race of the year. But I mean that was crazy running with all those guys up front, and I mean just all the dirty air, pulling the front end up off the ground. It was a really really good time.
All right, so you mentioned the 9th place finish. Was that the best night of racing you had, or the best result for races you've had thus far in a 410?
I think that was the best result-wise. Mm-hmm. But the past 2 nights, we were battling some motor issues. We got a bad batch of spark plugs, so we were just kind of going through there and just trying to figure everything out. So I mean, every single time we'd come into the pits, we'd always look at the RPMs and we'd see that they're low, so we're trying to stack gears on it. But then after that, once we got a good batch of spark plugs in it. And, we go out, actually, Sycamore last weekend. We went out for the B, and we think we kind of got it fixed. And I went out there, I just kind of blipped the throttle, and it just popped the front end off the ground again. So I'm like, all right, yeah, we got the power back.
All the horses are underneath that thing, yes.
Yep. So, I mean, just that little stuff that we got to fight and just kind of figure out with the 410s. But I think as the year goes on, we're going to start to kind of wiggle all those out and really, really go at it for positions. 2
nights back-to-back this weekend. Saturday at Plymouth Dirt Track. That's going to be a big deal. 360s are on the card, as well as the Wisconsin Wingless. A 3-division race at Plymouth. And then you go open up Angel Park Speedway on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Which track, if you had to pick one of those two, which one are you looking at like, okay, I think I got it figured out?
I'd say Plymouth. I mean, we ran there 18 times last year in the 360s, so it's the first track that I've actually been to this year with the 410.
Gotcha.
that I was there actually last year. So all these new tracks, I mean, it's hard trying to learn them, but I think, obviously that stuff that I ran earlier in my career really helped us with that, trying to adapt to all these different places. And like I said before, I mean, just like all these different things teaching me something, it's really helped. But no, I think I'm really excited for Plymouth. It's a track that we have a lot of laps on. We got a lot of fans there too, so I think that's going to be really cool to see everybody again, and hopefully we get a good finish there.
Thanks for bringing the items you gave to us to give away tonight. I see these coffee mugs have a bunch of sponsors on one side, and it says 2023 MSA 360 Rookie of the Year. I'm guessing the mugs are already in production, right? If everything goes your way for 2024, maybe having another mug made.
I hope so. That's the goal.
Where again can we find you on social to follow you? I know IRAsprints.com is the series website, but where can we follow you directly, Logan?
Yeah, so I mean, IRA, they got the points and all that, but then Logan Julian Racing on Facebook. That's our main website where we do all our stuff. That's kind of updates throughout the night. If you're really active on there, Instagram Julian.Logan. I always post after the weekend's over, kind of a recap of everything and how it's all going and kind of what we're doing to go into the next weekend. So then, obviously, like I said, we're starting a Twitter account, just kind of trying to spread across the socials more and trying to get us more involved.
It's all part of it. We wish you well. Thanks. How about a big hand again for Logan Julian, everybody? This time I really mean it. Come on now. Brian, great to see you here. I know there's a lot of work involved. Your family's here. It's great to see you guys still doing it as a family. We wish you the best of luck this weekend and all throughout the season.
Yeah, thank you.
And I want to talk you back into coming on the year. I think Logan's at 100% attendance this year on Tuesday nights, so that's really cool to see you in the crowd, but great to have you on the show as well. Thank you so much. Make sure you sign our 40th season backdrop there from Bob Schroeder Signwriter. We're going to come back with a whole lot more on this program. Dean Strom's hanging out with us, and the Keiths are here. Brad and his dad, Tim, talking about a big weekend, the 7th annual Keiths Marino Race Against Cancer. That's this Sunday afternoon at Slinger Super Speedway. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And attention contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. And who doesn't like more cash? Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Allis and Waukesha. If you have questions, give them a call. 414-321-4134. ARR Recycling since 1938.
Preparing and installing new asphalt pavement takes time and expertise. Making the Cut is ready to take on your next paving project. From start to finish, maintain, repair, or new paving for your home or business, the Racer's Choice is Making the Cut Asphalt Services. Making the Cut also offers patchwork, crack fill, and seal coat maintenance services. No matter the job size, across Wisconsin, Making the Cut Asphalt Services is ready to roll with their team of experts. To request a free estimate, visit mtcasphalt.com or call 414-750-2525 today.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much.
American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
Precise Auto and Truck Accessories is your one-stop shop when it comes to adding style and functionality to your vehicles. Owner and late model racer Mike Grunberg has 15 years of experience installing window tinting, cat skin leather, seat heaters and seat coolers. There's a million accessories available. Ladder racks, trailer hitches, detailing, remote starters, and more. Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells is a WeatherTech Diamond dealer. Bring your vehicle to the trusted guy, Mike Grunberg at Precise Auto and Truck Accessories.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. We do it live every Tuesday with you. RacingRoundupShow.com is our website. We also like to like our show on Facebook and then have some fun with you, doing some cool things. If you're looking to sell or buy a home or commercial property, the only place to look is Rapina Group, and that's the Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty led by Matt Rapina, and the group there can list and buy with confidence. Hire a realtor that has the knowledge and expertise to get your deal done. Not all realtors are the same. Knowledge is power. Hire knowledge. Choose Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty and list it with the Rapina Group. The website is easy. Visit rapinagroup.com. That's rapinagroup.com. Hey, tonight we have giveaways after the show. Bottles of Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup. We've got from Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin, the Joe Gibbs Racing Book Game Plan for Life. We have Keith's Marina recyclable aluminum cups. We have 48 T-shirts and hats. Thank you, boys, for those. We're going to give those away. We also have Chase Elliott Napa hats from Napa Car Care Centers of Milwaukee. Logan Julian pitched in some racing T-shirts and coffee mugs. Dale Earnhardt, we have a 1/43rd scale garage scene die cast over there on the shelf. We're giving that thing away. That's pretty cool. We also are giving away 2 car washes, full-service car washes from Full Service Car Wash, an original third-generation, locally family-owned and operated Milwaukee small business since 1986. Unlimited car washes start at $14.99 a month. Full-service car wash is the best deal for keeping your car clean. And here's their locations in Hills Corners, Wauwatosa, Grafton, and West Bend. Check it out. We also have racing diecast T-shirts and hats from Greenfield Gallery. Look them up on Facebook, Greenfield Gallery, where they're always buying and selling racing collections. We have 2 tickets to this Sunday night's opening night at Angel Park Speedway. 4 tickets to race at Dells Raceway Park on any Saturday night you want to go. We have cans of Victory Fuel as well, flavored electrolyte water. Have yours delivered. Save 10% on your order by using the code SHOW at checkout at drinkvictory.com. We also have some flags, some Alt Motorsports flags, and other cool stuff to give away. So that's a lot to give away after the show. We'll do that tonight here at Polly's Pub and Eatery. We're now welcoming in our next guest of the program. There's a lot going on in their world, and we're going to get up to speed with what's going to happen this Sunday in about 3 seconds from right now. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. We're hanging out with you on a beautiful night for racing. Hope Sunday's the same. This Sunday's a big day. Sunday afternoon, we're racing at Slinger Super Speedway. It's the 7th annual Keith's Marina Race Against Cancer to benefit the Chicks for a Cause. Let's welcome in the 2 guys behind it. The propellers, if you will. Get it? It's all part of the Keith Marina theme here. Let's welcome in Tim and his son, Brad Keith. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, man, I'm so excited to have you here. It's such a great cause. I remember I actually got to be part of what you guys did at one of these events several years ago. But, Tim, it's really a labor of love for you guys to get behind this and get people aware of what is a race against cancer and what you guys do as Keith Marina sponsoring this race night and gaining awareness.
Yeah, I mean, it's important. Everybody in this room has known somebody in some way that's been affected by cancer or leukemia or something like that. And Chicks for a Cause does a great job with giving out gifts of love to people that need it, that are suffering through that type of thing, whatever it is. And we've been fortunate over 7 years. This will be our 7th year. In 6 years, we raised $135,000 as our portion to Chicks for a Cause.
Wow.
And most of it stays in Washington, Ozaki, Milwaukee, Waukesha County. Pretty much a local deal, not nationwide where it gets funded out where we don't get nothing from it.
Yeah.
It stays here.
Great. Wow, that's amazing. So doing it for Wisconsin cancer involvement, that goes a long way. Because I know the Chicks for a Cause, we had them on our show actually a couple years ago, and they're big time into it. And it's great to know that that's the fuel behind it. But this year, you guys are doing something a little different. You're going online with auctions. So people watching our show right now, whether it be Tuesday or Saturday on CW18 Milwaukee, we can get involved and bid on some really cool items, right, Brad?
Yeah, they have an online auction. It's on the called Gala Bid, and there's links on everything. There's 8 major prizes ranging from a 125 four-wheeler, estate planning packages, a couple Northwoods getaways, a nice Icon electric scooter donated by Brad Miller. We got house duct cleaning, a lily pad, like a big swim mat, and then a 4-person guided hunt, lunch, a whole thing. With yours truly as the hunting guide.
Really?
Yep.
You got time to go hunting?
I do a lot of hunting in the fall.
But not right now, do you?
No, there's no time for any of that now.
Keith's Marina is a family business behind this great cause on Sunday. And Tim, I want to talk about the family business. We're talking about the race driver here in a moment, but getting behind this, there's a lot of effort that goes into your business, getting exposure. But the racing is only part of what you guys get to do as a family, right?
Yeah, our family started, my parents started at 55 years ago. Started on Big Cedar Lake, and we moved about 34 years ago to Highway 33, where our present store is now, just outside of West Bend. So we've been family. We're in second generation, now a third generation, and probably going to be fourth generation pretty soon. There's been a fourth generation already started. My nephew's, my niece's son has worked for us part-time here and there. So,
okay.
Yeah, so it's a family-oriented deal. I mean, whether a fundraiser or a business, you come in Keith's Marina, you're going to see a Keith. So you got to come in and make sure you know the first name. It can be confusing. Some days there's 10 of us.
Well, that's a good thing.
Right.
You're taking care of it. It's a family business.
Right.
Brad, you had mentioned as you just sat down, I will share with you before we turn the microphones on, you said, we are so busy. We are crammed, slammed. So what's a given Saturday? I mean, people are thinking, okay, I'm going to get the boat out. I'm going to cut the grass. I already cut the grass yesterday. I'm going to go see what's happening at Keith's Marina. How many people roll through there on a given Saturday in the spring?
There's nothing like a normal Saturday this time of the year, delivery-wise, we've been averaging 20 to 30 new pontoons rolling down the highway.
Wow.
And they're northbound, southbound, eastbound. They don't go that far east because you got the lake, but they're going every other direction, it seems like.
Oh, man, that's busy stuff. The technology's there. You guys have really quality people you work with. I know you guys do some sales, indoor sales in the fall, which is kind of cool to follow.
Yep.
But this time of year, do you realize you get to go racing this Sunday, Brad? It's been a few weeks since you got a crack at that. Or are you not even thinking about it yet?
It's been a month. The race car's been kind of second fiddle lately. We worked on it last night. We'll work on it a couple more nights here before this weekend. And we had a good car at the opener, just learning the new tires and making some changes. We switched chassis builders in the off season basically and different motor programs. So we're just kind of learning everything, and I think we'll be pretty good this weekend.
That's a lot. And I know that in the past there was a 12, 14, 16-night season. Now the last couple of years it's been the Elite 8. There's only 8 races that count for points in a given season. As you approach this newness, is it good to know you got a little more family time because you're not racing every Sunday? Or is it oh boy, we got to figure this out like right now because we got 8 cracks at winning the points championship?
Yeah, I mean, it goes in both directions. It's nice being able to spend time with the family and do a lot of family stuff, and then it's like, we only have 8 nights, and we were talking about on the way down. I'm like, maybe Friday night we might go test again because we got a couple things that we want to try. And, so you got to make sure when you show up, especially like this Sunday's a big race for us, but it's a 2 o'clock in the afternoon race. So you got a little bit of practice. You can't show up early. You kind of show up with what you got. And like I said, we're still trying to learn everything and kind of get a better baseline of what we need for the year. But I'm feeling pretty confident this weekend.
Yeah, good point there. The first couple of Sundays at Slinger Speedway are afternoon shows, so make sure you check their website, slingersuperspeedway.com. I also want to remind you, as Brad went through the auction items, you can go to the Slinger Super Speedway Facebook page. There's a link directly to those items, so you don't have to worry about writing down Golub. It's going to be easier to say, hey, I want to go to slingersuperspeedway.com or Slinger Super Speedway's Facebook page. Look for the listed items on Sunday for the auction items. And Tim, this is more than your time. This is a lot of effort. There's a lot of reward in that for people that want and know more about racing against cancer. They can find out. I'm sure the Chicks for Cause will be there on Sunday as well.
They bring some volunteers. My daughter Kayla really leads this effort big time. She's been a ton of the help for us, and all the extra volunteers we get, and our whole family gets involved in it. So yeah, this is we're just hoping that it's 78 degrees and the rain stays away. There's no doubt about that, but we have so many other gifts, baskets, other stuff that's also going to be live auctions there, stuff that's going to be there for silent auctions actually. So we have a ton, probably more than we've ever had before. So we're hoping for maybe a record year. So we'll see.
Get the Slinger Sunday about noontime or so. That's the date right there, noon on Sunday to go. Hey, Brad, who are the sponsors helping you this year with your race car?
We got quite a few. A lot of them have been with us for a long time. We got Keith's Marina, Sylvan Pontoons, Gordy Boucher, West Bend. A new sponsor this year is my wife's company. She started a balloon creations company, so for decorative balloons. It's Kelly and Company Balloon Creations. We got Gern's Bar, Little Red Inn, House of Heilemans, AJ Outdoor Specialist, Coachwork Auto Body, Let's Get Rosa Catering, Allstate Insurance, Penny Joe Zoggle in Hartford, the Old Cedar Inn, the Pub and Motel, Reed Racing Enterprises. I think that's it.
All right. How
Which is
about
a
crew
lot.
people?
I got a lot of the same crew guys for a long time.
Good.
Steve Lamont, Gary, Pizon, Ross, Shuppel, Justin Lamont, Brian Heinen, and Dusty Krebs.
I'm guessing you want to go to keithsmarina.com to find out if they have any pontoons left. You got a few left, right, guys?
Yep.
You deal used as well?
Yes, we do. Pretty
There you
good
go.
selection right now.
There you go. KeithsMarina.com is where you want to find that out. And we thank you for being part of the program. How do we give the Keiths a big hand? Keiths Marina in-house in a big way, supporting this Sunday's race at Slinger Super Speedway in the race against cancer. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.
I'm going to talk a little longer if that's okay. Can I? 8:01, Matt. 8:01. It's live TV, live radio. So when it comes to making these changes, Brad, I know the Reed chassis has been popular. Guys like Casey Johnson have been racing it. Now Travis Dasso's got a couple of cars. Now I see that Richie Locke has a couple of cars.
So this is one of Travis's old.
Okay. So you got
He
some notes
Travis
on it then.
doesn't have anything old. But
Does he
yeah.
give you notes on it then?
Yeah.
Is he helping you with setups to give you a
Yeah.
little less time in the shop?
Yeah, the good thing is Travis is one of my best friends. I was the best man at his wedding, so I get a little bit of extra
All right, there you
insight
go.
that way. So
There
we
you
talk
go.
quite a bit.
And how about your young family? I know that you had your son was on the show last year. I was sorry I couldn't make that program, but that's got to be fun hanging out with them. Do they come to every race?
Yeah, they come to every race. We just bought him a go-kart.
Oh, boy.
He's not quite 5 yet, so he's been driving up and down the driveway. We'll probably go watch a couple times this summer, watch at the Essos. Easton, Travis's little guy,
Yeah.
races up in Road America and kind of learn how everything works up there. And hopefully towards the end of summer, get him on the track and get some practicing in. And then hopefully next year,
There's a lot going on.
you'll find us at Road America on Tuesdays.
So, Tim, do you still have your apron from when your kid ran a late model for the first time? Do you still got the stuff? Because, it looks like you're going to be busy as a grandpa now racing.
Well, I'll probably go up on Tuesday nights and see what's going on at Elkhart. But, yeah, I tried to help him when we first started at the beginning of the year for a few to race in the
Yeah.
Nationals.
Yeah.
Tried to help when I can and do whatever I can do. But as far as doing the wrenching and doing setup on the car, it is not my cup of tea. I'd be in the way more than I'd be helping him.
Well, it's great to see you guys here. Thanks for spending time with us to get the word out. Hopefully we'll get the word out today and make sure people tune in on Saturday. This is part of our TV portion as well to make sure people are aware of what's all going on at Slinger, not just this Sunday, but all season long. But it's really special to have you guys on. This Sunday, May 19th, get there at noonish, racing at 2 for the Keiths Marina Race Against Cancer race day, race night, race afternoon, racing at 2 o'clock at Slinger Super Speedway. Again, let's give them a hand, please, for the Keith family for joining up here tonight and all they're doing to make a bunch of people happy and raising a bunch of money. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. We're coming right back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show. Dean Strom on the way with some race results from near and far. Stick around.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports.
This Saturday at Dell's Raceway Park, it's the Blystow Towing and Recovery Night. A full racing program with late models, the Blystow Towing and Recovery UMA Modified, Sportsman, Bandits, INEX Legends, and Bandoleros. Gates open at 3, qualifying at 4:30, racing at 6. Go online now and get your tickets at DellsRacewayPark.com and avoid the lines. Dells Raceway Park, located 2 miles west of Wisconsin Dells off I-90-94 at exit 85. Dells Raceway Park, Wisconsin's best racing entertainment.
Greenfield Gallery wants to buy your racing collection. Do you have die-cast cars from IndyCar, Sprint Car, or short tracks? Greenfield Gallery wants them. If you have old racing programs, racing photos, and negatives, Greenfield Gallery wants those too. Contact Ralph Hibbert Jr. at Greenfield Gallery, who wants to buy your racing collection. Ralph also has an ever-changing eBay store full of racing collectibles. Search Greenfield Gallery. Email Ralph right now to get connected. His email address is ralph@greenfieldgallery.net.
Automatic Transmission Design is located in Germantown, Wisconsin. They've been hard at work the last 15 years in perfecting the best performance racing transmissions and converters. The folks at ATD have made it possible to offer the best quality and most affordably priced winning components for off-road, drag racing, truck pulling, and circle track applications. ATD may not be the biggest or most famous company in the marketplace, but they have the will and put in that extra effort to provide you with the best products available. ATD's certified technicians go through a comprehensive quality checklist on every transmission and converter they build. Then it's tested on their in-house dyno. Only then is the product ready for shipment to the customer. ATD takes these steps to provide you with the best quality products every time. They are 100% guaranteed. Their no returns policy makes sure it's right the first time. The next time you need a performance transmission or converter, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Jiffy Lube has locations across Wisconsin to serve you. Visit jiffylube.com to locate your store and to find the latest coupons and promotional offers. You're greeted by a friendly and knowledgeable staff. Grab a water or coffee and know you and your vehicle are in good hands. Windshield wipers, new tires, and alignments are a few of the many services offered. Jiffy Lube proudly features Pennzoil. There's a whole lot more than no appointment drive-up oil changes at Jiffy Lube. Welcome to personalized car care. Wisconsin race fans, find your store at jiffylube.com.
Organize like the pros with Hefner Racing products. Take your trailer to the next level. Upgrade your garage, streamline your shop. Whether you're tearing up the track or tackling home projects, Hefner Racing Products has you covered with the best made and widest variety of organizational accessories made right here in Wisconsin. Shop online now at hrpracing.com.
Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
Check out our website, RacingRoundupShow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to the program, hanging out with you, chat with you, and as we go through this program, we want to tell you that our Facebook page is The Racing Roundup Show. Our website is RacingRoundupShow.com. Mike Rose is here. He brought his American Super Cup with him today. We got that to show off out in the parking lot. Looking forward to talking to Mike here on the program in a while. Bill Holland is also back. He went to a couple of cool short track races this weekend. We got the full In the Groove with Bill as well. We also want to tell you that this portion of the show is brought to you by the Midwest Truck Series, which is supported by Club Lamarck and Widener Automotive. A couple days to keep in mind. This coming Saturday, they're part of the final season opener at the Wausau State Park Speedway. It's a Saturday night show this Saturday where they're racing as a points race, a 50-lapper there. We also, I want to tell you that Jefferson Speedway is the place to be for the series race running with the ASA Midwest Tour on Saturday night, May 25th. Find out more about the Midwest Truck Series on their website, MidwestTruckSeries.com. Race fans, get ready. The first big sprint car special of the year storms into the Plymouth Dirt Track this Saturday night, May 18th. For the Spring Sprintacular, say it 3 times with me, headliner of the earth-shaking, ground-pounding, 900-horsepower Thunder, the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Series. Joining on the fun is the 360s and in Wisconsin wingless sprints. 3 sprint series together for one big night this Saturday, May 18th at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Spectator ticket windows open at 4:30, warm-ups at 5:30, racing at 6:30. The IRA Outlaw Sprints at Plymouth this Saturday night. Come feel the thunder. Don't forget to catch the IRA Outlaws Sprints this Sunday night at Angel Park Speedway in Sun Prairie. It's now time to catch up on what did happen and what's to come in the world of short track racing around these parts with our friend Dean Strom. Dean, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Jim.
Our friend of racing.
Good to be here.
Yeah,
good to be here. It's time for the Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report. Cameras, alarm systems for your home or business, program card access, custom-made security doors, on-call locksmith work, and more. It's a lock. Support the racers at Team Bonafide by calling 262-790-9400 or go online, bonafidesafe.com. Bonafide protects what you value. CJ Mollig won the first ever 604 winged sprint car race at Wilmot Raceway this past Saturday night. Our coverage of Wilmot Raceway on the Kenosha County Fairgrounds presented by CK Contractors, LLC.com. Hire the pros at CK Contractors for Lake Michigan shore restoration, lot grading, excavation and grading, retention pond building, and more. Rusty Egan won in the wingless sprints. The feature win in the newly sanctioned IMCA modified division at Wilmot went to Kerry Kidrowski of Union Grove. This Saturday night, family night, checkered flags given out to the kids. More details at WilmotRaceway.com. Jake Newman emerged victorious in the 30-lap bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint feature Saturday night at Sycamore Speedway. Danny Schlafer of Schlafer Auto Body in Lannon finished 10th. And we heard from Logan Julian transferring through the B main to finish 19th in the A. At Kankakee Speedway on Friday night, Clayton Rossman won the American Sprint Car Tour non-wing feature with Tim Cox serving as his crew chief.
They're in the same garage. I checked with Tim, who stopped by our Waukegan Marina show. And it was actually the number 40 that Tim prepares and races himself. That's the one that Clayton won the race in.
Yeah, and Clayton does a lot of the maintenance on Tim's car during the week. Badger Midget Series feature winners on their two-night card in Illinois. R.J. Corson on Saturday night at Sycamore, and on Friday night at Kankakee, a record-setting performance by Cale Coons, son of Jerry Coons Jr., who became the youngest ever Badger Midget feature winner at the ripe old age of 15.
Wow, there's a theme to that, but it's Jerry Coons Jr.'s son who actually raced the Tulsa Shootout. We talked to Logan Julian earlier in the show about racing the Tulsa Shootout. They have classes for juniors, and he's been running there. He's running a little bit of D2 midgets now, and he had a rain out, so he jumped over to run with the Badger Midgets and won that deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Diamond Wheels presents our weekly racing coverage of Dells Raceway Park, your destination for stock car, road racing, autocross, beadlock wheels for off-road and dirt track, custom chrome finish wheels, and more. Diamond Racing Wheel. Learn more at diamondracingwheels.com. Mike Litchfield, big late model feature winner this past Saturday night at Dells Raceway Park. Mason Hellebrand beat Steve Schultz to the finish line in the 602 Outlaw late models. Matthew Moore of Kendall prevailed in the Sixer Nation Street Stocks. This Saturday night, full 6-division racing program on Blystone Towing and Recovery Night. Save money, buy your DRP tickets in advance online at DellsRacewayPark.com. Past Racing Roundup show guest Sunshine Tyler Courtney pocketed $20,000 last night after winning the High Limit Sprint Car Series race at Kokomo Speedway in Indiana. Spencer Basin raced from 12th all the way up to 2nd. Earlier in the night, Kyle Larson was not hurt after he barrel rolled down the back straightaway. Tyler Courtney now the midweek series point leader there in the High Limit Sprint Car Series. Young Ty Frederickson raced hard against Dalton Zier, won the Race for the Bears 75-lap Tundra Super Late Model Series opener Saturday at Wisconsin International Raceway in Kaukauna in his first trip to WIR.
Fast time, starts 9th on the invert, wins the race.
Our WIR coverage is brought to you by Ken Sport in Kaukauna and Green Bay. Ken's Sports is Wisconsin's largest power sports dealer. Home of the best names in fun, new and used, two-wheels, UTVs for trail riding or on the water. Visit kensports.com and kensportsgreenbay.com. We'll have more coverage on that great event as Bill Holland takes us a little later in the program in the groove.
And we have celebrating tonight the car owner that won the Gary Ricotta Memorial Race.
I was getting to that.
Dean with more.
Bill and Jan Preetzel are in the house. Welcome.
Hey.
Good to have you guys. They handed the keys of their Mid-American stock car over to Kenny Richards Saturday afternoon at WIR, and he promptly parked it in Victory Lane.
Yeah.
Turns out that 5 car is pretty good. Kenny Richards is pretty good, too.
Yeah. The mechanic on that's pretty good, too. Yeah.
Talked about Ty Frederickson. He, of course, is a finalist on the 2024 version of the Kowicki Driver Development Program. The win was his second of the young season. One of the other 7 finalists in the KDDP for 2024, Levon Vandergeest, scored his first win of the season. That came Friday night at Golden Sands Speedway.
Our Bill Hahn was there, too. We'll get to see him going in circles here in
All
a little bit.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Mitch McGrath bested a field of 24 dirt late models as he scored the clean sweep Saturday night at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Congrats to Brad Weitz of Cascade for winning his first ever Grand National feature.
Congrats to the folks that run the Plymouth deal. 24 dirt late models showed up.
Yeah, that is big.
Yeah,
that is big. Yep.
Yep.
This Saturday and Sunday offers bracket racing in all classes and juniors, plus fun racing at Great Lakes Driveway in Union Grove. This Saturday night, it's the second week of points racing for 4 divisions competing at Wilmot Raceway. The Spring
Sprintacular.
Sprintacular.
See, say it with me. Yeah.
Spring Sprintacular.
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 Yep.
3 sprint car divisions racing. They'll be at the Plymouth Dirt Track. This Sunday offers up some great options. It's points race number 2 on the season, Millwright Raceway in Dousman, home of the Badger Kart Club. More information on their website, badgerkartclub.com. We talked about the 7th annual Keith's Marina Race Against Cancer Sunday afternoon.
You going?
I am.
All right.
I'm going to be there. Slinger Super Speedway featuring super late models, Walter Ring Sportsmen, Slinger Bees, Legends, and Bandos. I'm going to be fresh off a college graduation, so I'm going to be a little pumped.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, should be good.
Qualifying at 12 or 12:05, I think. First race at noon.
So get there before noon to Slinger Super
Get
Speedway
there before noon.
for the 7th annual Keith's Marina Race Against Cancer.
And Jim, Angel Park Speedway opens up Sunday night in Sun Prairie with the Bumper to Bumper IRA Outlaw Sprints.
Got 2 tickets for that.
Midwest Legends and the AFS Badger Midget Series on Dalkey Family Night at Sun Prairie.
That's kind of cool. Kind of really cool. And, Dean, I tell you that the Keith's Marina night day, it's a day race this Sunday. I had the great pleasure of working with you one time on PA, and we got to ride in the pontoon boat at intermission.
Yes.
That was kind of fun.
That was fun.
That was part of an auction item. You can get those auction items online. Again, go to Slinger Super Speedway's Facebook page. Go to keithsmarina.com, but probably get quicker answers to how you can click on the Auction Now button. It's a live auction at the racetrack, but it's also an auction online going on now through Sunday's races.
Should be fun.
Should be great. Dean, thanks again for your contributions.
Thanks, Jim.
For being here. And I don't think we had Dean on. Do we have you on since you won the Boston Marathon?
I didn't win the Boston Marathon.
Well, you did for us. You're the only guy that I know that ran the Boston Marathon in your hand cycle.
But I did set a personal record in the Boston Marathon, my personal record, so it was good. Had a lot of fun.
Congratulations.
Yes. And,
I think you averaged, 5 minutes and 10 seconds a mile? Is that right?
I didn't look.
I did.
2 hours and 15 minutes.
I can't drive that fast, man.
Yeah.
You're on a hand cycle.
And
Congratulations
last week, thank you. And last week you got trumped by the Rolling Stones. So.
Yeah, Dean was in Phoenix, going to the Stones, man. The Stones show. Good to see you back. Thank you.
Good to be here, Jim.
Hey, we're taking a little break. We're going to talk to some great sponsors. Actually going to listen and hear those great sponsors and watch their commercials on this program. They make the show possible for 40 years and running. We also want to talk to every kind of racer. We got Mike Rose on the way talking about his beautiful race car sitting outside right there. It's the American Super Cups that he's been really racing well and winning with. It's a Monte Carlo. It's a great-looking car. Come on down and check it out here at Polly's Pub and Eatery. And Bill Holland's on the way next, talking about where he was traversing the countryside. And we talked about a couple of the drivers he actually got a chance to interview after their big wins this weekend. So stick around for Bill Holland in the groove next on the show.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Volansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln and West Dallas.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When your foundation is in need of repair, you need 3 things: an honest opinion, quality work, and fair prices. Call American.
Trust and dedication. That's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For 35 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emission testing, tires, and complete auto, truck, and SUV repair. From oil changes to transmission replacement. 414-761-3250 to schedule your free inspection appointment. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th in Drexel to the experts at Oak Creek Automotive.
Grassroots drag racing is open to everyone at Great Lakes Dragway in Union Grove. Make GLD your home track. Come and enjoy the show or challenge your friends to be part of the show. Bracket racing for all classes and juniors opens this weekend. Pro classes, street classes, and even bikes and sled classes. Check our website for the most updated calendar and upcoming big shows. GreatLakesDragaway.com.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows, too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Hi, doing? Thanks for hanging out with us on this Tuesday night, May 14th. Another great show on the way next week, Tuesday. We're actually taking our show on the road. We're going to Oak Creek. Excuse me, not we're going to Oak Creek. We're going farther than that. We're going to Union Grove. We're going to Union Grove, Wisconsin. We're going to Automotive Night in a couple weeks. I'll tell you more about that as we get closer. But May 21st, we're going to Union Grove, Great Lakes Dragaway. We're spending our Tuesday evening show there. So make sure you join us at 6 o'clock. We'll be on live from Great Lakes Dragaway. They have fun racing that night, street racing. So if you have the inkling, check out the website, GreatLakesDragaway.com, to find out if you can qualify with your family car or your buddy's car or your mom's car or maybe your wife's car that she doesn't know about. You want to go drag racing with it, you can do that on Tuesday while we're there. And there's a great big weekend coming up. Memorial Day weekend is always a big weekend at Great Lakes Dragaway. That's our first D'Angelo's Construction Tuesday night road show this coming Tuesday. We also want to thank our friends, the Kriegers. Dave Krieger actually let me know his brother Scott's birthday is today. So Scott Krieger, happy birthday. Thanks for coming. He's 100% attendance on the year. Thank you, Scott, for being here, and happy birthday, and thanks for bringing the treats around. Appreciate it. Thanks for letting your wife know that you've got plans on your own birthday. So that's kind of cool that she lets you play with the guys and the gals tonight here at Polly's. Hey, this portion of our show is brought to you by Allied Resource Recovery. Turn your recyclable metals into cash. ARR has locations in West Allis and Waukesha. Find the full list of accepted metals to recycle and materials. They will happily turn your materials into cash at ARR1938.com. And I'd like to welcome in our next guest on the show. We've seen him before. Now we see him in person again. It's a great pleasure to have on Bill Holland. Bill, thanks for coming back to the show. How's things
great
going?
to be here. Great to be here.
You had a busy weekend, and we're the benefiters of that. You got to travel to a couple racetracks this past weekend.
Yeah, interesting weekend. Season opener at Golden Sand Speedway, just outside of Plover, and the Tundra Series opener at Wisconsin International Raceway, which was a Saturday day race. And Tundra's opened their season at WIR for a number of years now. That race has built a following.
Yeah, the weekly shows aren't going to start for Thursday nights for a couple weeks yet, I don't think, or at least a week away. When it comes to choosing, I've always wanted to ask Bill Holland this. Bill, how do you choose where you go to cover what race?
The simplest answer is I go to races that I would go to as a fan.
Yep.
What's another factor is how good of a venue is it for shooting video? Golden Sands is great. Kaukan is very good. Worked out really well this weekend.
What are you thinking about this coming weekend that we might enjoy the fruits of your labor again on our next show?
Well, this weekend I'm looking at a couple of different directions. The Central Wisconsin Racing Association late models open their season at Thomas Sparta Raceway. That would not be particularly unusual if this were 1966. But
okay.
At this point in time in this century, a late model race, a CWRA race at Thomas Sparta, doesn't happen very often. That's a very old racetrack. You go to Thomas Sparta, it's like going back in time in a good way.
Yeah.
And I just think it's going to be an interesting thing to see. I'm curious to see how many cars there will be. I'm curious to see how the racing will be. And on Saturday, looking forward to, and this is going to be an emotional event. There's no getting around it. What may very well be the final season opener at State Park Speedway just outside of Wausau. Everybody wants to win racing this year there, especially the locals.
Yep.
And the Midwest Truck Series is there. That's always a show when the truckers hit the quarter mile at Rib Mountain.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch and follow. We're hanging out with Bill Holland here this evening. Looking forward to seeing him on our Saturday shows as well. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. Super late model racer Ty Fredrickson is just 15 years of age. He started racing in 2024 in the Super Lates in Florida in February. He's already won at the Dells Raceway Park and the Icebreaker 100 in April against the Wisconsin contingent. This past weekend, the Minnesotan added another big win in Fox Valley. I've got Bill Holland sitting next to me. Guess what you get to watch next on the show? Bill Holland goes in the groove at really cool racetracks, including the big win for Fredrickson and Kaukauna. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Bill Holland in the groove at Golden Sands Speedway. It's opening night at Central Wisconsin's Power Playground, and there's a lot of excitement heading into the 2024 season, in part because the super late model count here is on the rise. 11-time defending Golden Sands champion Mark Eswine leads the super late model field into the opener. The Wisconsin Rapids veteran going for more in 24.
I am proud of it. It is getting increasingly hard to keep backing that record up, so I guess we just got to keep working at it.
Travis Volm in the 76 finished second in the points here last year. Third-generation standout Colin Ruffner's in the field, along with Kowicki driver development racer Levon Vandergeest and defending ASA Midwest Tour champ Gabe Summers.
Always love coming out to Golden Sands and putting on a show for the fans. We've had some good luck here, some really good runs, so it's always great to come out here, and I think we got a good car.
In qualifying, former Marshfield champion Darren Jackson's quickest of the 19 entries.
There's some big names that showed up tonight, and even our weekly guys are always really stout. I mean, it's great.
We'll run 2 super late model heat races with Derek Van Driel in the 12 taking the first. In the second, it's Colin Ruffner taking the checkers in his first race since the passing of his legendary grandfather, Tom Ruffner, last October.
Really the first racetrack that I grew up, watching my grandpa and my dad run, and and really grew up watching, super late models race here, and I was just running 4 cylinders.
In the pure stock division, the car count more than doubled compared to weekly shows in recent years. Some of these drivers putting on the miles to race here tonight. It's Bo Benish in the 03 out front, defending Golden Sands Pure Stock champ Brett Breitenfeld second in the 14. Waunakie's Bud Riegner making his move for the 3rd spot. Up front, it's Benish, who won the late model championship at State Park Speedway 20 years ago, first to the checkers.
When we left to go out to the feature tonight, I didn't think we had a winning car, but we made some changes and we found some speed, and it's good to win against these guys.
Darren Jackson in the 2 and Levon Vandergeest in the 23 up front as the super late models have at it for 50 laps. Jackson out of Wisconsin Rapids with a lot of laps here. Vandergeest, the ASA Midwest Tour regular, won his first ever super late model feature right here. These two battling it out for the first 21 laps. Vandergeest edging ahead at the line as caution flies. 3-time State Park Speedway champ M.G. Gajewski involved. Back to green as Vandergeest takes the inside line, and that move's paying off. Levon Vandergeest out front. Kendrick Cryer second in the 66, with Gabe Summers making his move up to 3rd in the 15. Coming to the checkers, it's Levon Vandergeest, the Kowicki driver development racer, first to the finish line in the Golden Sands opener.
We really needed this. We needed a kickstart to this season, We had good showings at the first 2 Midwest Tour races, but, we really need that win, just to get our foot in the door and get the confidence in this team.
On Saturday afternoon, it's opening day at Wisconsin International Raceway. That means the first race of the year for the Tundra Super Late Model Series. The Tundra opener, a 75-lap feature honoring the late Roger the Bear Regath. 5-time WIR champ Lowell Bennett remembers racing with the Bear.
He was very aggressive. He wasn't afraid to lay a fender to somebody if it meant winning a race. That's, but that was the dirt mentality.
4-time defending Tundra champ Dalton Zier is ready to begin his drive for 5.
Tundra season is a short one, so you really want to start this race out strong, but more importantly, you better not have a bad day.
2022 Tundra champ Justin Mondike's looking to take back the title after finishing second in points last year.
It'd be pretty incredible for our team to get a second championship with Tundra, so we'll keep fighting, and like I said, just really excited to get the year kicked off and off to a great start so far, and looking forward to continuing that.
1 year ago, Darboy's Sawyer Efforts won this race and went on to win both the Thursday night championship here and the Red, White, and Blue Series title.
A little more pressure on me, it feels like today, than it was last year to just come out and have fun, but I think we're going to run good, and that's what makes it fun, right?
In qualifying, 15-year-old Ty Fredrickson's fastest on the stopwatch.
Yeah, this is the second week in a row now. I've been fast time at tracks I've never been to before, so it's pretty fun, and we got 75 laps later today. We'll see how that goes.
The Mid-Am Series drivers will go for 35 laps in the Vercauteren Memorial feature. Longtime racing publicist and promoter Gary Vercauteren launched this series in the early 1990s. It's five-time Mid-Am champ Ron Vandermeer Jr. out front in the 28, leading Kenny Richards, Rick Reddick-Tackman, Josh Nelms in the 0, and Tommy Moore in the 5th spot. Vandermeer as good as it gets in Mid-Am racing. He's in a battle with Richards, who's focused on dirt racing for more than a decade. Richards driving for the veteran Bill Preetzel, the Franklin Flyer, who's sidelined after shoulder surgery. Kenny Richards hasn't run a Mid-Am race in years, but he's getting it done today. Richards, the dirt racer from Montello, Wisconsin, with the win in the Vercauteren Memorial.
To come here and win the Gary Vercauteren deal is huge. You know, this has been a racetrack that I struggled at so bad my whole career, and with Bill's help, you know, and driving a car that is as good as Bill's car, it's pretty special.
Heat race winners Jordan Thiel in the 2 and Brock Heinrich in the 52 lead the field to the green for the first of 75 laps. It's Heinrich out front. The defending State Park Speedway champion ran third in this race last year, looking strong today. But the car on the move is the Black 36, fast qualifier Ty Fredrickson, son of two-time ASA Midwest Tour champ Dan Fredrickson, now up to second behind Heinrich. Caution flies as we approach midway, and big damage for the defending race champion. Sawyer Efforts towed off, out of the race. Back to green flag racing, and it's Ty Fredrickson making his move to take the lead from Heinrich. Dalton Zare, the four-time series champion's been in the mix all day. He moves past Heinrich for the second spot. Zare will get past Fredrickson on a restart and lead until caution. The 49 of Jerry Mueller goes around right in front of the leaders. We'll restart with 7 laps to go. It's Zare holding off the 36. Fredrickson going to the inside. There isn't a lot of time left. And Ty Fredrickson's not going to be denied, making the pass for the lead. And the 119 slows. Dalton Zare is headed to the pits. Coming to the checkers, it's Ty Fredrickson winning the Tundra Series opener at Wisconsin International Raceway.
It's definitely fun to win. This is only my second time doing it. We were really good all day, qualifying pole and being really consistent in practice. And my dad and Bar said they put a lot of work into this organization, and it pays off.
15-year-old Ty Fredrickson had never driven here at Wisconsin International Raceway before today. He now owns a Tundra feature win at one of the toughest racetracks around. I'm Bill Holland. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who makes this program possible. We'll see you next time we go in the groove on the Racing Roundup Show.
A lot of work. Up in a big hand for Bill Holland. Bill, thanks again for bringing this down to show off that and to spend some time with us again on the show.
Thanks for the opportunity. It's always great to come down to Paulie's.
Yeah, it's great to see you here. Bill Holland on the road again this coming weekend. In the Groove segment will be on this Saturday's CW18 show. A little bit edited down version, but you also can see Bill at the racetracks. Make sure you say hi. And if you want to sponsor the Bill Holland in the Groove segment on our show, go to our website, hit the contact button on RacingRoundupShow.com. Back with Mike Rose, the American Super Cup stud, and his car is here. His mom and dad are here. We'll talk to Mike about his racing in the American Super Cups this year. Stay tuned.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And attention contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. And who doesn't like more cash? Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Allis and Waukesha. If you have questions, give them a call. 414-321-4134. ARR Recycling since 1938.
Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307.
This Saturday at Dell's Raceway Park, it's the Blystone Towing and Recovery Night. A full racing program with late models, the Blystone Towing and Recovery UMA Modified, Sportsman, Bandits, INEX Legends, and Bandoleros. Gates open at 3, qualifying at 4:30, racing at 6. Go online now and get your tickets at DellsRacewayPark.com and avoid the lines. Dell's Raceway Park, located 2 miles west of Wisconsin Dells off I-90-94 at exit 85. Dell's Raceway Park, Wisconsin's best racing entertainment.
Check out our website, RacingRoundupShow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our program. I'd like to point out that we've got some coupons for $16 or $26 off your next oil change at Jiffy Lube across the state of Wisconsin. So come on down to the show and grab those, or go to jiffylube.com to find out locations. They might even have a promo coupon there for you as well. This portion of our show is brought to you by the racers at Schleifer Auto Body and Sales in Lannon for your next auto body repair or of your daily driver or fleet of work trucks. Since 1974, 4 generations of racers are getting it done. They work with all insurance companies, no matter the car, no matter the vehicle. Search Schleifer Auto Body on Facebook to get in touch with this family of racers and check out their latest award-winning classic car restoration projects, as well as taking care of your daily driver or that fleet of trucks or motorhomes, whatever you got, they'll take care of you at Schleifer Auto Body. This week's Anderson's Maple Syrup Racing Short Track Spotlight features a driver competing in one of the smallest cars you'll see on Wisconsin short tracks this season. Anderson's is a proud sponsor and supporter of his racing efforts again this year. The drivers that we're talking about are Bill Bailog and Jason Gross. They're sponsored by Anderson's, which you should try in your coffee or tea or on vanilla ice cream. Take it with you with Pure Fuel Maple Energy on the go. Buy Anderson's Maple Syrup at your favorite grocer. Anderson's, over 95 years of syrup perfection. Online, andersonsmaplesyrup.com. This week's Spotlight from our friends at Anderson shines on American Super Cups driver Mike Rose. Mike, welcome back to the show.
It's great to be back.
Thanks for wearing the Calm, Cool, Collected, My Car's the Same Color t-shirt. I appreciate that. We can see it from a mile away.
Well, that's the plan. I mean, I've ran the yellow car for enough years. Growing up, my favorite color was green. I think that's been changed. I like the bright yellow. It's loud. It's obnoxious, kind of like me. So, it all works out.
So now every time you go by a construction zone and those guys are wearing those yellow shirts, like, oh, is that a Mike Rose fan? Is that a Mike Rose t-shirt? Is that a Mike Rose team member? Is it Mike Rose himself?
Yep, that's me. If anybody's going down construction scenes and you just see all the yellow t-shirts, that's just carbon copies of me the whole way down.
You're at this for a while now. These cars are fun to watch, but they're also you guys get after it. It's serious racing with the American Super Cups.
It's cutthroat. I had one race. It was last year, season closer at Slinger. I was racing with Brandon Wynn in the 41, and I think it was, I want to say 5 laps at the very end. We were door to door. Just he'd catch me on the straights on the outside. I'd dig him on the inside in the corners, and we were just back and forth the whole time. I ended up getting him by, I want to say it was 20 thousandths of a second at the line. Really close run. And yeah, I mean, we get after it. There's been times where, we're going down the straightaway. We're 3 inches apart. You get a couple taps in there. Like, hey, you need a little more space than that,
But it's close racing. And tracks you guys get to go to. Slinger's a high bank quarter mile, but you guys can go 3-4 wide there easily, right?
Oh, yeah. There is, I think the widest I've gone is 4 wide. It was a restart, and everyone was digging down for the inside, and I saw the outside was wide open, and I thought, nobody's up here. Why don't I go up there? Shoot it up the high side. Someone goes up the middle, and it's like, okay, we're 4 wide now. All right, let's do this. Party time.
For those of you who have not seen Mike's car or Mike's racing, the American Super Cups are not that big. But, man, you're a normal-sized guy. racing against normal-sized people and some younger people that are a little smaller. That car is made up of a lot of components that you find on a full-size stock car. Give us the dimensions, the stock, the engine, that kind of stuff on an American Super Cups car, Mike.
Yeah, so the engine, it's actually a Honda GX390 generator engine. So you buy a generator, pressure washer. If it says Honda on it, chances are you got the same bones for it. So what's interesting, what differentiates it is I'm running 2 series this year. I'm running part-time in the American Series, part-time in the Midwest Super Cup Series.
Okay.
The American Series is closer to what you'd consider the stock Honda engine, 13, 14 horsepower, which, believe it or not, will still get you up to them big speeds on these oval tracks. And in the Midwest Series now we've got engines built by CKT Performance. They build a lot of kart racing engines. And those are pushing closer 17, 18 horsepower, a lot more torque in the low end.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, we were actually practicing at Slinger a few weeks ago with both motors, same day, which was fun. You got 2 hours to run 10 laps, swap motors, run 10 more laps in the pits, and get it all done. And it was about a half a second difference between the 2 motors.
Wow. What other tracks do you guys get to race on this year? Let's just start with the American Super Cups. Where are you guys racing this summer?
Well, it's the normal Slinger, Dells, Toma, Lacrosse, Golden Sands. I'm personally only running Slinger and Dells out of it, taking part-time with both. What I'm really excited for is with the Midwest Series running road course this year.
Ooh.
They do Blackhawk Farms in South Beloit, Illinois, and then Gingerman and Grattan, which are both in Southwest Michigan. It's like, you turn left enough times, and it's like, I want to try turning right for once. It's something new, something fresh.
What will you have to change on the car?
Everything. So actually, funny story, we ended up getting a second car for that. Kind of handed over from a friend, like, here, I don't want this anymore. You can go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
And that one's getting fully taken apart, redone, set neutral for road course, and that's getting the new Midwest Series motor in it. And still looking at the rule book, figuring out what all we got to do to it. But
how much road racing have you done? I know you're really good on the ovals.
None. It's new for me. I figure if I can turn left, if I just reverse that in my head, right, it's got to be the same.
Yes, but I think what a big advantage for you is the momentum you must carry with these cars. It's mandatory. There's no choice. That ability to then size the corner, dissect the corner is going to help you a bunch, I think, with getting the momentum you need, carrying that corner speed through, because it's not high speeds and then heavy braking. You guys are going fast, but I would think there's a way you can kind of massage that momentum and make it more of a rhythmic road course event for you as a guy coming from an oval background.
Right. Well, that's what I'm really excited for with it is watching the way they handle the road courses. Because, you watch, like, say, you go to Road America, you see Trans Am Series, you see IndyCar. It's, full throttle, heavy brake. But when we went to watch at Blackhawk, Blackhawk Farms is, I want to say, 7 corners. There's 2 braking zones. The rest of it, you're either flat out or you just feather it to set the car into the corner. So it's that same thing in oval where, it's Slinger, you bobble, you get loose, and oh, come on. And now you're eating that mistake for the next 3 laps. Same thing there. You make one little mistake, you overshoot a corner a little bit. That's just going to, I guess, I don't know from experience, but I'm just assuming that's going to fight you again and again and again. So it's just getting that consistency.
So if we see one tire scrub or we hear one tire squeal, that's just tenths of a second that you're like, oh, man.
Yeah, and a very frustrated Mike Rose behind the wheel of that car.
When you've gotten a chance to race, what are the enjoyable moments for you? Like last year, for example. Take me through some of the highlights of Mike Rose's racing with the American Super Cups as you got ready for this big season of doing a lot of racing.
Slinger. I love Slinger. It's my favorite track. It's high bank. It's fast. Got a pretty solid standing there. I've been doing pretty good. I think it's of the past 3 seasons I've won every race there but one, which is something I'm proud of. I let that one slip. I'll admit that, but it's really nice. I enjoy going there. I know a lot of the people there. So I go down the pits, and I'm driving through the pits, going to grid, and I'm like, hey, waving at everybody that I see as I'm going past.
That's cool.
It's a good time. I just like the camaraderie at the track, really close, especially the officials come by and just talk to them. It's
What's the reaction of somebody that maybe comes up to your car after the races for the very first time saying, you drive this car? I thought it'd be like a guy that's maybe, half your size because the car's half scale.
Yeah, that happens a lot. The amount of times that I have to get in and out of that car, I get in and out of the car more times in the pits after the races than I do during a race day. Because somebody will come by and be like, there's no way you drive that thing. Like, I want to see how you get into that car. It's like, okay, pop the roof hatch, slide in, sit, put the steering wheel on. Like, all right, I'm in the car. Buckle up, get back out. As soon as I get back out, someone else walks up. Wait, so how do you fit in this thing? All right, let me show you. Hop the roof hatch, get back in the car.
It's really cool. And you guys have a busy schedule upcoming. Where can we find out more? It's at AmericanSuperCups.com, right?
Yep, and then MidwestSuperCupSeries.com for them. I do post race updates on my Instagram. It's almost a skyline with periods between the words.
Almost a skyline.
An outdated username for a car that's been broken for 2 years that I still own, but it's kind of morphed into my racing account. So another little facet of racing I've been doing is in the off-season I've picked up RC Oval Racing. So if you want to follow MWRP Motorsports on Instagram, you can see some quality RC dirt late model racing.
Cool. That's fun. Where do you guys do that?
Revolution Raceway. It's a track up in Oshkosh, right next to the Hobby Town there. And I've got to give a shout out to Matt Wandry, the driver of the 08 Slinger B. Calls me up on a Thursday night and he says, "Hey, there's this clay oval up in Oshkosh. You've got a Traxxas Slash, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, cool. We're going tomorrow." All right, we're going tomorrow. Head up there. End up impulsively deciding to race because they're like, "Hey, you need to clear out by 4. We've got race guys coming in." So then one of the guys comes up and I hand him my truck and I say, "Hey, what class can I run this?" And he goes, "This will work as a late model. We know that's our fastest class. You know what you're doing with these things?" "No, but if I can run an asphalt oval, what's the difference between that and a dirt RC?"
Yeah.
Turns out a lot.
Oh, okay.
Steep learning curve, but getting on top of it, you know.
The idea is there, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this."
Right. It's another small car that turns left. I went from a small car that turns left to a smaller car that turns left.
Exactly. Mike Rose, who is supporting your efforts? I know Mom and Dad are here. Who's all involved with what you got going on this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I got to thank my parents. They're my backbone, my support, first off. My dad puts a lot of work in on the car. My mom makes sure we stay sane through it all. When you've got 2 Polish men, it's a little bit difficult to keep us under control sometimes. But
he said it, not me. Just saying.
Yeah. But I got to thank them. I got to thank my sponsors, Laubenheimer's Garage and Collision Center, my main supporter, Untouchable Auto and Diesel, Richfield Car Company, Superior Trucking and Transport. I mean, it takes a village to get a car out on a racetrack and go fast. So without all the people behind me, I wouldn't be able to go out there and
Where
do
will
that.
be the next 2 races? We get race tracks or race dates. We get to see you race, Mike.
All right, so if you want to get out a notepad and take notes, I'll be June 16th at Slinger for Father's Day. I'll also be, I forget which day, but I'll be at Small Car Nationals at Slinger. July 20th at Dells Raceway Park. It's Super Cups and Monster Trucks, a show I'm excited for because you've got the smallest of the small, the biggest of the big in one night.
Yep.
And then I believe first road course is going to be Grattan Raceway on June 30th. Blackhawk, I want to say, is August 11th. That'll be the closest. That's South Beloit, Illinois. And then Gingerman will be early September, but that's both on the schedules for both series websites as well.
And if everything's working right, you might sneak in a few more dates, I'm guessing. Got a bunch of race cars to race now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm planning on 6, but I know how I am, and it's going to be one of those where I'm going to call. I'm going to see my dad. I'm going to walk in the house. I'm going to be like, "Hey, the car's ready. We might as well just go here this weekend and check it out."
He's not saying yes or no. He's got that stoic look like, okay, that means more work for me, kid. Nothing wrong with that. Great to see you guys here. How about I say it for the Rose family? Thank you, Mike Rose, for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me back. It's always a great time.
Thanks for bringing the car down as well. We're having fun with you on a Tuesday night. We'll be back next Tuesday, but we're going to be next Tuesday. We're actually at Union Grove, Great Lakes Dragway. So join us there next Tuesday for a very special D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow. It happens 1 week from tonight, so make sure you check your calendars and join us there. We'll see you Saturday at 11:30 on CW18 Milwaukee this Saturday morning. Portions of our show, this show, and who knows what other shows we're going to put together to highlight all great things involved in racing. I want to thank our great crew, Dave Schmalzer, Matt Rapina, Greg Lapine, Dean Strom, Sam Trado, Sherry Prague, Mark Goodman, Bruce Blodgett, Faye Hendricks, and Joe Lapine. Thank you for your efforts to make this show possible. Our great sponsors as well. Make sure you support them on our website, racingroundupshow.com. Click on those logos. Support those businesses, please. We'll see you back here at Paulie's in 2 weeks' time. But next week we'll be at Great Lakes Dragway in Union Grove for a big D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow. Until then, set your DVRs and have at it, racers.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Remember to tell your friends and watch our 30-minute TV show on Milwaukee's CW18 this Saturday morning at 11:30. Like our show on Facebook, follow and interact with us on X and Instagram at Racing Roundup. Join the racing crowd at our live show and win prizes. For our latest show schedule and to watch all of our shows on demand, visit our website, racingroundupshow.com. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Until next time, race fans, on behalf of our entire crew, this is Dean Strom reminding you to support your local racetracks, set your DVRs, have at it, racers.